Hello everybody, welcome back to Fishy Business. Fishy Business? Fishy Business? Welcome back to Fishy Business. Nice to see you all, hope you're all well. We're kind of on time and everything. Trying a wee bit of a new look, so let me know if you can see me and hear me. I was trying to not have an illuminous forehead. Getting there, so we've gone for the darker, more intimate looking stream. Hi from Sweden. Hello Hans, how you doing? Nice to see you here. First in, of course. Stuart's here, as is Lisa. Freshwater Ichthyology, hello. Nice to see you all. Have I unmuted myself? Or I appear to. I muted the nasty one that's gone all tinny. So you should be able to hear and see me. Hopefully it's okay. Brian's in. Nice to see you, Brian. Dangerous Dan. Scott's here. With his excellent work ethic as a moderator. You definitely promoted to top mod now. It's been a while since we've seen Chief Mod Jennifer. I think she works on a Friday now. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way in. There are 26 of you and 17 likes. So come on, that's the only price of entry. Tonight we are kicking things off with, I don't think I've had this one before, Lost Cosmonauts. It will not focus on you. Come on. There you go. Too many lines. By North Brewing Company. Described as a DDH IPA, packed full of mosaic and something. That's the problem with turning everything dark, is I can no longer see. I want to say Ukanubu hops, but that's probably not right. Ukanot hops? Whatever. Drink it, Graham. Shut up. Let's see what it looks like. Well, I pour this. Remember, quiz at 9:30. That's about 27 minutes from now, for those of you not in this time zone. The theme, of course, is dogs. That's a head and a half. Well, so far so good. I can't see through it. That's what we want. Is everyone seeing oh, it's the reflection of that light. That's what it is. I was trying to be all moody and set a tone with the light in the background and all that. Yeah. Shows what I get. Dave the Diver from West Cornwall. So Dave, Rebecca and Juggler, you should all have received your prizes. Did they make them? I know Jugglers did, because he told me. You know, the Christmas prizes from the Christmas quiz. Now that it's February, I've got around to sending them. If not, let me know. Evening from a cold, wet, windy Edinburgh. It's a cold, wet, windy Sheffield, but it's not too bad. Yesterday was a snowstorm, so there was 2.5 inches of snow yesterday here, but the rains came and washed it all away. Sunny NJ USA for Joe. Silver Creek's in. Nice to see you. Simon spent a little too much at the fish store today. That's what we'd like to see. So if you have got any plans to go and empty your bank account into a local fish store, or have done so already this week, let us know what you got. Rainy and cold in Dublin. Rainy and cold, yes. Rainy and cold here. You might notice some things have changed. You might not notice. In the middle of shooting the video of me revamping this tank, I've done something to the camera. I've turned all the lights down on this so as you can see into it, and it's still so bright. So I might have messed up my wife balance settings. I haven't messed up my wife balance settings. My white balance settings. But I've started the process. I've cleaned this, broken it down, cleaned it out, washed all the sand, put it back again, and I almost got it filled up. As you can see, there's a good 2 inches to go before it's actually full, but I can't fill it as we talk because it goes, it makes a big massive racket. So we'll finish that off tomorrow, but this is stage 1 of getting this tank ready. I was hoping that I would get the fish in today, but obviously not going to happen. And then think about planting, so I've got a little bit of time. Might think about planting, and we might even This is a dangerous idea. I was thinking, after the quiz, we might even do some plant shopping together online, where you can help me to choose what plants to buy. But, you know, after a few beers. £800,000 worth of plants, please. But we might not. We'll see how we go on. AV, good. Excellent. Only Oscars, nice to see you. Jugglers in. Oh, there we go. First question. Andrew Grimwood. Hi, everyone. How the hell do I get my bogwood to sink? So there's two ways. Time. Leave it in a bucket or a box full of water and give it a month, 2 months. I've heard of people saying 3-4 months and it's still not sinking. Or wedge it in somehow. So either wedge it in or put rocks on top of it. So if you're trying to go for like a lovely scape and everything, that might be more difficult. But you can place a sacrificial rock on top of a big bit of bogwood to hold it in place, thinking that you can then take it out in a few weeks once it has actually sunk down. But yeah, there's no real way to super speed up that process. It needs to get saturated and it'll take as long as it takes. Lee's here from Farnworth. Hello, Lee. Rebecca's saying, how long have you had it? Most sink in a month. About a day. yeah, you're being impatient. Which we all are, aren't we? I mean, that's the biggest thing about this hobby, is everything takes time and nobody wants to give it time, so we rush around. I like dogs. I like dogs too. So, for those of you who have just joined, that is the theme for the quiz. As you will know, if you are a regular viewer, we do a quiz every week, and the winner of the previous week gets to pick a specialist subject for the following week. So last week's winner was Juggler. When is it not Juggler who wins a quiz? And he chose dogs. Specifically dog breeds, but I widened that category a little bit to be about dogs. So there will be a number of questions about dogs. There'll be a couple of questions about current events. There'll be a couple of questions about random shit. And a couple of questions about fish. The fish questions are getting fewer and fewer as the weeks go on, because it's harder and harder to think of new questions to ask about fish. But there's a couple in there. That will be in about 22 minutes. And what happens is, it's fastest finger first. So if you get the answer correct and you get it correct quickest, you get the most points, basically. So there's some strategies you can adopt. You can either go for just random guess, hit whatever, and that does work every now and again, but also can be terrible. Or you can try and go for some kind of speed reading. Don't know that, guess. Do know that, think about it for a second and get it right. Or somewhere in between. A few people have adopted several strategies over the weeks and months we've been doing this, with varying results, so it really is up for everyone. I try and do a mix of questions that are heavy on the reading, heavy on the guessing, heavy on the unknowables, so as everyone gets a chance, so it's not like I'm not being discriminatory against people with dyslexia, for instance. So there's a few short questions, a few long questions, and everything in between. I think that's explained how a quiz works, in case you were unaware. Good evening from Bolton. I was in Bolton today, Lee. No, that's not true. I was in a conference call with lots of people from Bolton. Mriddle. I always say that wrong. Hello. How are you? Bubble and Fins is here, as is the Zen Ginger. God, that's like 3 weeks in a row. Wow. I want to say Midrill, but that's not how it's spelt, so I apologise, because I'm probably cannibalising that horribly. I decided to stick with one name for the quiz, but I can't remember what I called myself. So therein lies the problem. The way the quiz works is you don't win a prize every week anymore, because it was getting a tiny bit expensive for me. So we're counting them all up, every quiz in a month, and then at the end of the month, whoever's got most points wins. A cunning ploy for me to get you to come back and play in future weeks as well. So you can either go and look at last week's live stream quickly in the next 20 minutes and figure out what you called yourself, or hope you get it right. I will try and, do a little bit of matching. Non-stop rain here in Bristol. God, I've lost the power of speech. I swear, this is my first drink. Non-stop rain here in Bristol. Trod in 2 deep puddles on my way home yesterday. Yes. Wet feet's one of my pet hates. I do not like having wet feet. Fish shopping this weekend. I need to get about 30 different plecos. Wow! That's something. Dave hasn't received anything yet. Well, yours was sent the longest ago, earliest this week. It was sent by Every, mind you, so who knows? It'll be the wine messing up your wife balance settings. I got my koi angelfish yesterday. Tiny triangles I can barely see. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting it. I've got some baby discus. I've got a baby discus at the moment. There's one that's decided he's going to make a charge and try and survive. And he's now got to the stage where it is just discus size and shaped. But tiny, tiny, tiny. And it's so cute. But it's starting to even see personality in it and everything. Because it's like, oh, it's feeding time. Up to the window. Up to the window. Up to the front glass. My husband would absolutely say he has wife balance settings. No, it's all good here. I'm very happy. Oh, this is going to sound terrible. I'm very happy because my wife's going away tomorrow. My daughter has a dance competition or a dance show or something that's happening in Leeds tomorrow, and they have to be there from 9 o'clock in the morning. And my wife's taking her, so I get a long lie tomorrow with no jobs. I feel that deserves a woohoo. I couldn't be happier. It deserves a woohoo, but nothing happened. Why did that not happen? Well, you got the end of it. So I'm really looking forward to it. Normally, she gets up at like 8 o'clock, come hail or high water, and announces the jobs to be done for the week or the weekend. So do I, to be fair, these days. That's quite nice. But yeah, I might see if I can get a wee bit of a sleep in tomorrow. Oh, it's exciting. Did I win anything? You did win something. Yes, I sent you Dave the Diver and Juggler stuff. I sent you and Dave the Diver's things on Tuesday by Every. I wonder if I can look that up. No, this is going to be too difficult to do it live. Pardon me. See if I can log into my account and see my parcels that what I sent. No, clearly. My account. This will be fun for everyone, won't it? Order history. David Morgan, Rebecca Bentley. Sent on the 5th of the 2nd. Let's click the tracking. Oh, that's fine. 2 business days, my arse. So, sent on the 5th, today's the 9th, and the tracking's got, we're expecting it, we've got it. It's not even on its way or out for delivery yet. Bloody Every. So, sorry, it's on its way. I know, I feel like I've been saying that for the best part of 3 months now, but it's on its way. Brian's going to be on his best behaviour because Susan's sitting next to me and she's ill. Oh dear. I weighed down some bogwood and soaked it for 6 weeks. 6 weeks later, I took the rock off and it shot to the surface. I've been there as well. That's the good thing. I've got loads of bogwood. I used to have loads more, but I've always kept it in tanks, even if I don't want it in there, just because I know that when I want to use it, if it dries out, it's a proper pain in the bum. I have missed a trick. You're quite right, dogfish questions. I was literally sitting earlier tonight going, I'm going to have to start putting some fish questions into my fish-themed quiz. Yeah. Yeah, well. Hello, other half. Hello. Alex says, hello from sunny Saltcoats. You're the most smiley man on the Fishy network. Really? I'm usually a lot more miserable than that. But thank you for that. Stevie P says, meow. Yes. Zen Ginger says, and he will try to trick you. Yes. I will quite often say, what is... I don't know. I'll give you 4 options of things and I'll show a picture of one, and it might be that that's the answer, and it might not be that that's the answer. So, you know. Stevie P says it's pronounced murderdoodle. Murderdoodle? That can't be right. Murderdoodle? You just take it to piss, surely. Say myrtle, like turtle, with an M. Myrtle Singh. There you go, we'll go with that. Mr. Singh, is that easier? Oh god, I'm quite far behind. Lanx is in. If Susan beats me, it's because I gave her the right answers. Ugh, let's not get straight away. If you're slurring after only a sip of the cosmonaut, then I wouldn't have any of the mere. I'm not. I'm just generally unable to speak at most times. I'd like to try that one, because most of the ones I've tried from North have been quite nice. And this is no exception. Doesn't have any, what I used to call craft beer IPA pungentness. It's quite fresh and fruity. It's got that little bit of tang, but not... Oh, Jesus. Alex says he's invisible. You're not, I can see you. You're right there. Hello. Hans has got some sand, 75 kilos. Wow. Does that count? It does. Emergency substrate swap. I had some bad luck with my baked clay substrate. Turns out it needs goldfish to work. What is that to make it like work as a... What's the word I'm thinking of? You know, you get these miracle clays that people use in high-end filters to do all that kind of stuff. I know words. I'm smart. One of the things I did with this, when I don't know if you can remember this. I wasn't even planning on filming it, but I thought I'd get the camera out just in case. When I had the big fish in here as their temporary holding tank, they had eventually, if you remember, I'd gone for like a central decorative section with rocks and wood and fake plants all in this section. But the big fish had just buried all that, so they'd kicked up all the sand and made a big pile, and it went halfway up the aquarium, the pile of sand. And I thought, right, I'll get this, start breaking it down. And I pulled out one little stone, and basically the aquarium farted. Just belched out a big bubble of air. And my god, it reeked. So it was like all the sulfur dioxide, I think it is, where it builds up and these gas bubbles get trapped under there. And it's only been like that for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And the amount that was released from that was like, it was horrific. So all day I've been sat in here doing my job, working away quite happily, just going, oh, eye-wateringly rotten egg smell. Is everything alright, Graham? Yeah, it's fine. Just, oh my god. And thankfully it's just about gone now. But I thought I'd best take it all out and give it a good wash and clean the sand. Substrate can be something else. I don't know my name. Can you lash up this? I've not done the spreadsheet. I'm not that far advanced. I can do a thing though. Hang on, I'm sure I can do a thing. We have the technology. So if I go on little face and go to my content, and lives, and we look at last week's live. See the length I go to for my subscribers. So you can see if you can see yourself. See if you can see yourself. Does that make sense? Yeah. I don't see any Adams yet. Come on, old me. Scroll down a bit. Well, I'll keep going while I'm talking about that. You see yourself yet? So my plan is the discus are going in here, in case you were wondering. So I'm getting that ready. That'll be the next video of me getting the discus in there. I want to order a bunch more plants. I've got some plants which I'm going to move across. But I want it to be a planted tank that is at least worthy of having CO2 on it, because obviously I've got my Fluval CO2 sent from my old friend Theo from Fluval, who sent me that. So I want to give that something to do and try working out there. So I definitely need to buy more plants. But I'm going for a very sparse hardscape at the moment. Stupidly, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to reverse the Iwagumi. Rather than have the 3 stones, I'm going for 3 central bits of wood with some rocks and stones dotted around it, and then the plants all in between it. At which point it will no longer be Iwagumi, because you're not meant to have big plants. For the hardscape part, that's what my inspiration was, so that's what I was thinking. Right, if you didn't find it by now, tough titty. Let me just make sure I've got my quiz stuff ready while we do that. Nabokov is in saying, ugh, that doesn't sound that good. I got an email from Every. I couldn't work out what it was. It was probably for that. Them saying, within the next 400 days, we might send you something. He's going to struggle with the chat when he gets... Maybe that's what's holding me back. Yeah. Oh, God, I am quite a way away. How did they do it? I've always been one of those people that says... I try and read every comment, and I do, because I don't get that many. I might get 50 comments on a video or something like that, but how long does that take to read? But yeah, chat, I do not have the brain power to read all of them. Maybe I just have to have some kind of way of recognising comments worth reading. No, that's a nice thing to say. That's why I feel bad, because if you've bothered to turn up and say a thing, I want you to have your thing read out and dealt with. Fish Vet's in. Hello, nice to see you. Right, I'll try and skip a few. Apologies, everyone. Aquarium farts. Yeah, it is. It was a generic brand of soily clay and turned into a solid cake of death. Cake of death! That reminds me of Monty Python. Cake or death? Cake, please. I'm up to 100 kilos of sand in the bottom of mine, and the burly cycles. The chitchlids just ruin it every frenching time. Yeah, I mean, I thought I'm a genius using play sand for Mega Tank. I think I was up to about 150 kilos of sand in there, which isn't too bad, but because it's play sand, the amount of washing you have to do. I was looking for some pool filter sand, but I just couldn't. By the time I found a supplier of pool filter sand in any volume, I'd already put in the play sand, so I was like, meh. You got it. Excellent. I have plants in my bare bottom tanks. Ask Stephen P. He sent me most of them. Well, and another buck of convention. I reckon if you're watching my channel, you're not watching for aquascaping advice. Every time I've tried to do aquascaping, I've always said, this is my approach. Throw things in, see where they land, mess around with them a bit until I don't hate it. That's as far as I go. I have dabbled with proper planted tank substrates and things like that, and I've even dabbled with normal like garden centre compost and stuff like that, and it's always been fine, but it's never been more fine than when I was just doing it with sand. The best planted tank I ever had was my old discus tank, this actual tank in my old house, where I had a carpet, I had plants up the wazoo and everything, and that was just sand. So I'm going with just sand. So even though I've washed this a bit, I reckon, especially with the amount of farting it was doing, the amount of organics that are already still in the soil in there is going to be something in there. And then just use root tabs and things for the plants that are root tab feeders. Root feeders can feed off root tabs. And then I can dose ferts for anything that's not. Right, well, I was doing a thing. What was I doing? I was getting ready for the quiz. We've got 3 minutes to go, Graham. Come on, Jesus Christ, get your act together. We are on iteration 148. So if I press that and I turn down that so you don't all get deafened, and I sign in as me twice for some reason. Classic, host, random question order. Oh, the one rule we haven't talked about yet is if you get in there first, you're not allowed to choose the fish, because Rebecca will get upset. And no one needs that. The quiz is available at this link, posted in chat right now. So we'll start in a few minutes, give you a chance to join and get in. Murder Doodle. I'm just going to go with Murder Doodle. Welcome, Murder Doodle. That's your new nickname for the channel. Someone saying Monty Python. Well, we've had Monty Python, so if you win tonight, you're allowed to pick Monty Python as your specialist subject for next week. But we've already had it once, but we can have it twice. No skipping comments. I'm going to have to. I will allow repeated comments until I read it. Until someone takes the piss. I've had good luck with the rock planters from Aquarium Co-op. I remember seeing them, weren't they, from Dean? They drilled out some rocks, the proof of concept version of it. I remember thinking at the time, oh, that's a good idea. I found a lot of benefits with just sand. I have as well. It seems, it's simpler, isn't it? The worst that's going to happen is you're not going to get any nutrients into any root feeders, which is why you have things like root tabs. If the rumours are true, we may see some Aquarium Co-op stuff this side of the pond this year. Oh, really? I'm not sure Aquarium Co-op provides any products we already have. They certainly do. So a lot of... oh, that's not fair not to say a lot of, but some Aquarium Co-op products are just basically white label products that they get to brand, but a lot of them I know they have developed, so that's definitely something there. But yeah, why not? Brand's a brand and all that. One more competition can't hurt. Apart from Hobbs. Yeah, I'm kind of having a love-hate relationship with Hobbs. I remember thinking the other day, oh, it's nice and quiet in this fish room. Because I did some tuning to my air pump that runs the fish room. And the reason it was nice and quiet is because my hang-on back Seachem tidal filter had stopped working. To be fair, it stopped working because I unplugged it. So that's not the filter's point. But the point I was trying to make is it's quite noisy. So unless you get it at the right height, I mean, you can like that sound of the water flowing all the time, but I can hear it now. And it's like, it's white noise and all that. It's not offensive, but it is what it is. Right, we have 31 players, Littleface. Are we about ready to go? We are at 21:31 on my watch, he says, looking at the clock. Oops. Are we ready, people? Good luck, everyone. I will probably go and have a little extra beer while you all play. But here we go. Fishy question straight away. What popular fish is known in Germany as Pfaffengunde Barch, meaning peacock cichlid? Faunengenbunt Barsch. I practiced this earlier, I've obviously forgot. Is this one of the ones where I've used the picture or not? Oh, Murder Doodles had an accident. Clicked while trying to move his mouse. You all fell for it. It was an Oscar. Oh, you didn't all fall for it. Some of you fell for it. Which is largest? Honeybee, hornet, wasp, or bumblebee? Bumblebee. Next we're going for a siren. Don't hold back. I bought this one purely because the can was purple. I've never seen a purple beer before. It was, of course, the Hornet. Well done, Timbo. Oh, this is a funny colour. Question 3. Which dog breed doesn't bark but can yodel? Is it a Chow Chow, a Beagle, a Whippet, or a Basenji? Basenji? I don't know why I said it like that. So when this came out, it looked lime green. It's gone back to a more normal colour now. Not quite as opaque as I would normally like, but it doesn't smell of anything. It's a Basenji. Basenji? Who knows? Not me. Bad knee nabble straight in there. Nickname Fluffy, what non-native species was found in Cumbria waters this week? So for those of you who don't know, Cumbria is an area in the north of England with no ocean, so it's not a great white shark if you're already thinking that. I mean, it has a coast, I suppose. It's not a shark. I'll give you that for free. It was an alligator snapping turtle. Apparently a pet that got released, potentially. It's alright. Not loving it. Which artist won Song of the Year at the Grammys this year? Recently. This counts as a current affairs question. Yes, Lake District, that's Cumbria. I'm not trying to stress you out. Come on, Murder Duel. It's fine. It was Billie Eilish. I didn't think it was that either. Which is why I included it as a question. Timbo at the top with Juggler close behind. Go on, people, we need someone else to make a play for this. What colour tongue does an adult chow chow have? Purple, blue, green or red? I'll give you a clue. It's sometimes called the answer / black. This is something I thought I imagined and dreamt up, because I remember seeing a chow chow with a black tongue and thinking, is it dead? But no, it was purple black. Everyone's about to go, it's not, it's blue. But there's another rule I didn't mention. I'm always right. Which dog breed have I made up? A Saluki, a Samoyed, a Borzoi, or a Pibble? A Saluki, a Samoyed, a Borzoi, or a Pibble? And I'm going to tell you, the ones that I haven't made up. Samoyed's a normal looking dog. A Saluki and a Borzoi, mental looking dogs. You have to remind me to look them up afterwards, because they look like a small child has drawn a dog and put it into AI to make it look real. The mandible is a bone in which part of the body? Dealer always wins. Quite right. Thank you, Tommy. Shut up, Rebecca. Sorry. Is it the pelvis, the skull, the shoulder, or the spine? It's of course the skull. It's your jaw. Oh, the lead's changing quite a bit. This could be anybody's game. How many points is Aquarium worth in Scrabble, assuming no bonuses? As in double word score, triple word score. You can tell I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to get fish-related questions when I'm using Scrabble. I assume you have Scrabble worldwide. It's not just a British thing, is it? The answer is 19. They're all worth 1 except M and Q. Whose flag is this? Hopefully a nice simple one. Borzoi are well cute. There's one near me that looks like a giant sheepdog. There's a website I stumbled across when I was doing my research for this called Fake Dogs, and it's like a whole community of people that post dog breeds to Wikipedia that don't exist, but it's quite funny. It was, of course, Switzerland. Well done, everyone. See, there are some easy questions. Tame is the Latin origin translation of which dog breed name? So, does Collie mean tame? Does Beagle mean tame? Does Mastiff mean tame? Or does Terrier mean tame? I did not know this one. It's mastiff. Collie comes from coal, black. Terrier is from terra, as in earth, as in likes to shoot down holes. I don't know what beagle is. Why were dachshunds originally bred? To block drafts, to fight badgers, to locate truffles, or to hunt moles? I'll give you a clue since most of you have answered. It's not what you think. Beagles, I think they're hounds, aren't they? Well, like kind of shitty hounds, but they're hounds. It was to fight badgers. Poor dachshunds. Badgers are much bigger. I got... what did I get? I'll show you in a bit. Question 13. Sir Lewis Hamilton announced a shock move to Ferrari, but from which team? Dash is German for badger. Ah, there you go. If only I'd known that. That makes sense then, doesn't it? Badger hound. Duh. I have a badger in my garden. At least one. It was Mercedes. That was both sport and current affairs. What caused several county cricket matches to be abandoned in June 1975? This is just a random unknowable question. Show some fish. Well, I don't have any fish at the moment within camera, so no. Snow. In June, snow. Question 15. Which dog's name originally meant dog that splashes in water? Normally, Kano 80, this tank has fish in it, and outside of the quiz you would be able to see them, but we're going through a little bit of a change. Now, is this one of those ones where the picture's the answer, or I'll try to throw you off? No, the picture's the answer. Labradors are named because they come from Labrador. I think. Takeshi Amano might be best known for aquascaping, but how did he find fame first? Is he a politician, a professional track cyclist, an orchestra conductor, or an opera singer? I did not know the answer to this until I looked it up. This one's a little bit bitter. Would not recommend. It's called Don't Hold Back by Siren. I would definitely hold back. He was a professional track cyclist. Who knew? If you look him up on Wikipedia, it's Takeshi Amano, photographer, track cyclist, and aquarium enthusiast, or something like that. Question 17. What kind of fish is this? There you go, there's a fish. Fish question. Is it a fire reel, an ancestris, an oscar, or a snakehead? It's an easy fish question, but you know. There are technically 5 fish-related questions tonight. Of course it was a snakehead. Better Juggler still in the lead. A couple of questions to catch him up, guys. Where does the Great Dane breed originate from? Australia, Denmark, Iceland, or Germany? Now, do you think it's Great Dane because it comes from Denmark? If you do, then I think we fooled you with this one. Don't like feeling stupid. Can someone remind me why I come here? It's the sudden realisation at the end that everyone else is equally stupid. We're all in it together. Yes, the Great Dane is from Germany. Just one of them was spotted in Denmark and mistakenly identified as a Danish dog. So says the interwebs. Jean Villepreux Power is credited with creating the first aquarium, but when? 1711, 1656, 1901, or 1832? Hey, no quiz shilling during my quiz. The top 2 British aquarium-based quiz you can get this weekend. 1832 it was indeed. With one question to go. Still close. The top 2. Ooh, could be anyone's. Vienna sits on which river? The Nile, the Danube, the Ebro, or the Rhine? I like a Great Dane too, and also hate to see any dogs with cropped ears. I had a boxer once without a cropped tail. I would always do that. It was a Danube, by the way, but I realised why boxers get their tails cropped. They're bloody lethal. Juggler, 2 weeks in a row. Shall we just send him the prize now? Well done, Juggler. Unlucky JDT28. Only, what was that? Only 4 points in it. A few people over 400. This is good going. Like, let's see how everyone else did. Oh, we almost got to 50%, but not quite. A valid winner with 14 correct questions to JDT's 13. Pelagius with 14 correct, just a bit slower again. Oh, look at Rebecca up there with 14 as well. Taking your time though. That's SGH again. Taking your time. That's where it gets you. Unlucky. Me with only 10, but fast. Nabo with 9. Tommy with 10. If you see yourself, remember what you called yourself for next week. Brian with 9. Sorry. Murder Doodle. That just made me laugh. Murder Doodle too. Well done, everyone. It's not about... There are some are just unknowable. So it baffles me how Juggler gets every week. But well done, everyone. Thanks for playing. We'll have a quick screen grab of that. What we might do to make the admin a little bit easier is I might only count the top 10. Because come week 4 of the month, it takes me a while to get through all these. But there we go. Congratulations. So what I was going to say was, this is my Christmas present this year. I got one of those like fancy wildlife cams that I've had in the garden. So far, I've caught my dogs pooping in the garden, my neighbour's cats pooping in the garden, some foxes pooping in the garden. Basically, it's a poop cam. But this week, I managed to get a badger's arse. And I was like, yay, finally caught it. I've never seen a badger. I am 46 years old, I think. And I've never seen an alive badger before until I moved to this house, and I see one every few months. I come out the back door one night, he's just kind of chilling in the garden, like, yeah, you alright, got any slugs? That's what I'm after. Sometimes when I walk back from here after doing my live stream, a badger will just casually walk back, not scared of me at all, just like, yep, how you doing? Goes about his thing. I can't remember why we were talking about that. Oh yeah, Dachshunds, badger hounds. I've seen lots of dead badgers, like at the side of roads and things like that, but no live ones. Right, how did we all do? How did we do? I can't even guess correctly. Surely you can guess correctly, unless like missed the button. Brian broke 200. That's all it says. It's about your own. Set your own levels. We can't all be juggler. With the Spitz dog, there's no worry of the tail getting in the way. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. My boxer. I was glad that I didn't get her tail docked, but I can understand why you would. People were bruised by my dog being happy. Many items of crockery were destroyed because my dog was happy. Entire meals were ruined because my dog was happy, walking past the table and smacking it off with her big fat bum. And the tail is like a proper big old muscle on a boxer dog. 7 correct for Lisa. But I've got A. The Chow Chow Chungs are blue. I knew this happens. I'm sorry. The website I read said they were purple/black. 24th. And you know a lot about dogs. So you say. I'm kidding. Graham, can you show us the tidal you were mentioning? It should be silent. If not, raise the water level if you can. I can. Can I? I could. No, well, the lights are off. So you won't be. The lights are off, so you won't be able to see anything. But I can get it to be silent because I can raise the water level enough, like you say. But as soon as the water level drops a bit, I can hear it. It's just the trickling of water, and I don't want to run the water right up to the brim because then it becomes a bit of a jump risk. So I'm kind of damned if I do and damned if I don't. Murder Doodle says I could have lost even more points if I stayed for the whole time. How about something different next week and do dingbats? Dingbats? It's been a long time since I've heard the word dingbats. Yes, alright. I just immediately googled dingbats quizzes to see if there's someone I can steal from. Can you show the bottom? The bottom of what? The bottom of the quiz. So in last place, Zenny 2. In second to last place, Zenny 1. Only because they left early. Murder Doodle 2. Sma, False Inspector, Murder Doodle. There's Zenny 2 there. Yeah, you're not last. You beat Stevie P. And some ginger twat. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's not This isn't the university challenge. I realise that makes no sense to anyone who doesn't live in the UK. Don't put it in the bedroom, put my action cam. Dave says mine's a cat cam with the occasional hedgehog. Yeah, I've not had any hedgehogs yet. I have seen hedgehogs, but I haven't captured any on the camera. I was thinking about putting out some food to see if I can, because as much as it's great and all, I picked it because it made all these great claims of being the sensor being so fast that within 0.2 milliseconds of something coming into one of the sensors, it would fire the camera. The amount of times I've got something just walking away really, really slowly, where you're like, yeah, that's been there for like 10 seconds. You lying. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. It's all just fun. I've had a fight with a fox rescuing a rabbit. Oh dear. I knew the badger one, but it went too fast. Yeah, pitfalls everywhere. What can we say? Docking was for tax purposes. Docking tails meant working dogs, so you didn't have to pay a license or tax on them. Ah! I did not know that. It makes sense, because that was the original purpose for docking, wasn't it? So as they didn't get snagged up and things and all that kind of stuff. But boxer tails, God, I've never been whipped so badly by a dog's tail than a boxer tail. Loved that dog. Stevie P says, I said Great Danes are from Denmark, which teaches me that inference, logic and deductive reasoning are worthless. Well, if I bring nothing else to the table, it's that's entirely correct. I'm basically in the country. I'm 2 minutes walk from the river, so we see foxes, owls, birds of prey, mice. Yeah, we've got loads of stuff around here. It's great. I still didn't think I'd ever see a badger, a live badger. What website did you use for the chow chow tongue? Right, okay, let's have this. Let's have this. Do you know what? You're right. Everyone I've looked at so far. In fact, no, you're not right. I'm right. Do you know what? I might have cocked up there because I can't find the website I read. In fact, let's just search purple tongue. So Wikipedia says the breed is unique by their purple/blue-black tongue. Maybe I just shouldn't have used blue. The fascinating tongue of the chow chow says it's black, blue or purple. I checked in 2 different places as well. Chowchow.org says the lack of a completely black or purple mouth or tongue is not a sign that it's anything but a pure chow. It can be a sign of illness, blah 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 blah. Yeah, my bad. Give yourselves all an extra point. Sorry. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . I've been floored by an exciting Dog de Bordeaux. Oh, that's the Dog de Bordeaux was the. This is what's like when my brain resets and I can't think of anything. I can now think of nothing other than Bordeaux. That's in France. French make baguettes. Baguettes are tasty. Dog de Bordeaux was Hooch from Turner and Hooch, wasn't it? That's what made me want a boxer, because I used to think they were boxers when I was a kid. It's not that kind of live stream only, Oscars. I think you need to wait till his OnlyFans stream. Who's told you about that? What's she asking? I live in a city with loads of foxes. I like them. They don't seem interested in the guinea pigs. A bit annoyed after a bird was left dead, upping short of the garden. Yeah, the foxes around here don't seem to care what the hell's going on. Right, I thought we could do a little game of pick a basket of plants for Graham. So if we assume this fish tank here, I've probably got enough to fill half of it with plants. I'm using, or I wanted to use, Java plants. Purely because Mickey recommended them in their Discord server, so if you're not interested, if you're not already on it, that we have a Discord server where we can discuss all manner of things. And Mickey's always been raving about this. Java plants, oh, they're brilliant, they're really fast, they're really good quality, they're really cheap. And to be fair, what I've seen, everything does seem to be really good quality, reasonably priced. So I thought I'd give them a go. I even emailed them to say, I'm an influencer, don't you know, can I have some shit? And they said yes, but I'd like to just buy, because I think I hate the whole influencer thing, so why not just buy them, give them a little bit of... It seems more genuine if I buy some plants and tell you they're good, rather than someone gives me some plants and I tell you they're good. So if they give me them, everyone just assumes, oh, you're just saying that because you got them for free. But if I buy them, I have no reason to say, oh, this was a good experience. So, they have collections on this site, for instance. Didn't mean to click on that, but they have other mixed collections. Maybe it's not the collections I wanted. They had the discus collection, I'm sure I saw that. Oh, there you go, premium discus collection. Where I can just buy, so this is a 60 inches, is that 5 foot into it? Yeah, this is a 5 foot aquarium. I ain't spending £84 on plants. If you want to send me them for free, then yeah, okay, I take back everything I said. I'll wait and get them for free. But what they suggest for an aquarium of this size is 4 pots of Liliopenus Braziliensis, 2 pots of their choice, or 4 lead bunched plants. So that's they're going to choose. Guess take from whatever they've got available. 4 pots of Anubias, 4 pots of Echindorus, so that's your Amazon swords and stuff. 3 of Microsorum Therapus, which I thought was like the Microsorum Therapus. What's that? I thought that was something else. Yeah, look, Java fern. That's not really a discus plant. So, in my experience, Java fern doesn't do brilliantly in discus aquariums. But whatever. Ludwigia and crypts. So, I already have some crypts. I already have some Ludwigia. I don't really want any Java fern. I have some Amazon swords. I have some Anubias. But I want more. I'm going for volume. And I also kind of want something that would appreciate a little bit of CO2. Whoa, the prices. Yeah, you're not wrong, Brian. So rather than buying the collection, because I don't think I want to do that, I think I want to buy something else. So let's have your suggestions, please. Yeah, so whoa the prices, yes, £80 a lot to spend, but that is a lot of pounds. But as Juggler says, £4 a pot, that's 20 pots, and we're getting there. So it's just that expensive. Val, Val is a perfectly good discus suggestion. There's been, I've had Vals in the past, loved them. They're a good plant for propagation because they just send off runners and do their own thing constantly. Had good success with them. Java ferns got redescribed to the new genus name a while back. I only realised when I saw houseplants called Microsorum. Anubis is nice, but I think it does best as a centre point. Java ferns hit and miss, but ferns love the drama. Maybe that's what it is. Ferns do love a bit of drama. Anubias I like as a kind of mid to front ground plant, just purely because they're so slow growing. So I tend to go for vals, whether they be giant vals, normal vals, twisted vals, whatever it is, as a background plant with some Echinodoris, whether that's your traditional Amazon swords or some of the other varieties. Most of them have done quite well for me in high heated aquariums. But Amazon swords, the big ones, it's just a big, I'm big plant. It gives a big impact to an aquarium, I think. So if you get a decent sized one, they can look good. I've fallen foul of this myself, where you go on eBay and they say, 5 Amazon swords, and you buy them and it's 5 leaves of Amazon sword. What you really want is like a mother plant, I think they call them sometimes, where it's a big fake off plant. It's like, that can make a big, if you're going for something with like a designing around a central piece, which I kind of am. I'm not tied to this. I can move this around a little bit. Because at the moment, there's a big bit of wood in the centre, so I was thinking something either side of that to accentuate it, possibly. An onion plant might be cool, not sure on temp. The crinums, definitely. I have had that in a discus tank before, and that's done alright. I prefer them in more of a sparser tank, because they seem to they grow in a way that they're not necessarily bushy, and they just kind of send off. I'm going to go over here, this side of the tank for a bit with this leaf, and this one's going to go over here, and it just gives a little bit of. I like the look, but it's not the look I'm going for. The aroids are so fascinating, and the slower growers, yep, I like them as well. I'm big on Anubias, crypts, things like that, because you just put them in and you know nothing's going to happen. They're not going to grow wildly, but they're not going to die off either. They're going to stay roughly about the same size and grow a tiny bit over time. Pardon me. I've had crypts that I forgot I've even had crypts before, and they just like, I'm still here years later. I know you've almost run out of water in this aquarium, but I'm still growing. Eliocharis vivipara, but I don't think it would do well. A different kind of sword other than your basic Amazon. I do like a basic Amazon, but I do like the other swords as well. I've had that one. In fact, I think I've got that one in my rainbow fish tank. I know Guppy, Grass and Pearl, but no, come on, we want something a little more sophisticated. Something that would appreciate some CO2 is what I'm thinking. So anyway, I'm dancing around this now. I just want plants. So let's have a look at the pot collections. Let's see what they are. Helps if you click on it, Graham. Pot collections. So we've got. I might get some cold water plants for the goldfish tank. 5 mixed Anubis. I keep saying that. 5 mixed Egyptian gods. So these are all like assorted, mixed. Sixth mix Echinodorus. Echinodorus. I keep missing out the O. What about single plants? Don't think I want anything red. Too much choice now. I might just email the guy and say, right, I'll give you 50 quid. Send me plants for a discus tank. There's a crinum. I do like them. They're out of stock anyway, so what can we say? There's always a danger of buying online as well. This is a plant I really like. The Balancea. The Cryptocorin crispulata Balancea. I don't think I've ever used it in a discus tank. But I found this responds really well to CO2 and some good ferts. As in just goes Cryptocorin crispulata from southern Thailand, where there are limestone mountains and the water can be very hard. Like many other cryptocoreans, it needs to acclimatise before the growth starts in earnest. A stunning background crypt with long crimped spear-shaped leaves. Will grow up to 2 foot tall in moderate to high light conditions. So yeah, I like it when they give me all the information I need to like. It likes high light, low light. It likes CO2. It likes temperatures. So it doesn't mention temperature there. I'm sure that's okay. And I do like these. Just add that to my basket for now. I'm basically just going down the list of what takes my... I do like abuse, but that's never done well for me in a discus tank. Parva's done alright for me. The Vendetti, that's done alright for me in the past. But I think I've got the Vendetti greens and the Vendetti red. Or Vendetti, I suppose I should be saying. Welcome to my stream. You're now watching me shopping. I've had that one. Didn't do very well in a discus. The Ocelot and the Ocelot green didn't really like the higher temperatures. Pardon me. Some bulbs, not a bad idea. I have had good success with some lotuses and things like that. 53B, that's always one of my favourites. Hygrophila siamensis. Anything with siamensis in the name. 15 to 40 tall, 7 to 12 wide. Low light. See, this is my recollection of this plant, where you don't care for it very well and it just gets a bit meh. Favourite plant, Limnophilia sessiflora. That doesn't look like it. I've already got plenty of that. Never done well in the higher temperatures. Cardinalis does well, but it's a bit boring. I don't really want to go for a carpet or anything like that, so none of these are calling to me. Here we're into all the Javas. Out of stock with the lotus bulb. This one's actually done quite well for me in discus tanks. A lot of people struggle with this. The Rotala rotundifolia. I think if you're keeping your discus above 30 or above, this does struggle, but this has grown like a weed for me in the past. Might just stick that in the basket just to remember myself. Graham, I've sent you a plant database, sort by temp, then it has a lot of choices to check in. Maybe it helps. Where did you send me such a thing? On Discord, he says. Let's have a look at that then. Is this said database? Sort by temperature. How do we do that? Am I on the right thing? Oh, here. Okay. Height, light, temperature. There we go. So we don't want anything like that. I want things that are happy. Yeah, 28 is kind of where I want to keep my plants. I'm never going to go above 30. I suppose I could leave it at 31. Right, so these are all the plants that are happy in that range. I think this is probably something I have to do off camera, because this is going to be so boring for you to all watch. So unless you're going to say, you have to buy X plant because everything else is. What's a mix of Anubias plants? So these are the tropical ones, okay. Single plants. What's this? So there's your traditional Amazon sword lead bunch. So when you buy these on eBay and you get this, and it's like 10 plants, and it's like 10 leaves, is what they mean. Twisted Vals, I mean, that's not bad. Unless it is just one. Single plant, loose. So this is this thing that annoys me. That will be listed as 5 plants. So they'll show you a picture, say, oh yeah, 1 plant, £3.50, but that'll be more than 1 plant. It's not their fault, everyone does it. Same with Java ferns. When you buy Java ferns, you look at these big Java fern on wood, this big bushy thing, that's like 200 plants if you buy them like this. So I think I want to stick with... Do I want to stick with single plants? Is that all they have for loose plants? There wasn't another page or anything I missed, no? Red plants? What are they? I'm not all that fussed with red plants. It just makes it harder sometimes, doesn't it? Mother plants. That's what we like. Out of stock. Tropica mini pots. Out of stock. I feel like I'm doing them dirty here by doing this live on stream. So it's really potty plants that we're into, isn't it? But I may as well, if it's Tropica ones, I may as well just go to bloody Pets at Home and buy them there. Then I can at least see whether or not they're half decent. I don't know. I might have to think about this a bit more. Aquaflora plants, so assorted background plants. I don't know what it's going to get. This is the problem with online stuff. Maybe I've made a boo-boo and we shouldn't be doing this. I think I'll have to think a little bit more about this. I don't know. What do you think? Beer, number 3. I get to make my happy face now. Ta-da! It's my favourite. Heathen by Northern Monk. At least I can't wait to get a big tank just to plant stuff. You need to cut them down and replant the cuttings. The limnophilia, definitely. I reckon. Have you ever seen The Martian? Who am I talking to? Of course, Rebecca. Oh, that's been made this century, so maybe you have seen it. The film The Martian with Matt Damon, where he's like, I'm the best botanist on this planet, because he's the only person on the planet. But whenever I mess around with limnophilia, flora, I'm like, I'm the best aquascaper in the world, because it just grows. Broke something. So it just grows like a weed. I can fill tanks of it within weeks. So my list for you would be given CO2. Apogostemon, I'm not sure I like that one. I've had it. But I mean, I don't like it. It hasn't done well for me. Let's see if they've even got it. So what else? Stellatus, Dassen, Valicineria and Crypts. So the vowels, I don't think, need any encouragement from CO2. And the crypts, I just don't think grow at all. You just buy them and they're that size. Unless you have them for years. They've got the Pogostemon Helferi, the 1-2 grow things from Tropica. I need to have a look at that. Ian says, hey Graham, do you still use the Seacom Tidal 75 filter? Did you have any issues with bypass or the built-in skimmer? I do still use it. We were talking about that earlier. The answer to that is no. It's worked flawlessly for me. It's not really... I've not had any of the problems that people get with it bypassing. It's got that little indicator thing. I've never seen it go up. I don't know if it's just lucky or what. Maybe it's broken. I just don't know. I think it's fantastic for the price to amount of media it can get into, the water movement it gives and volume and all that kind of stuff. The pump's been flawless. It's always worked well. It's just a little bit noisy in the application I'm using it for. When the tank's full and the water isn't crashing into the tank, the filter itself is silent. And when it's full, it's silent. I'm perfectly happy with it, but the way I've got my tank set up means it doesn't stay full all the time, so it can be a bit problematic. I can hear it now, running because it's dropping into the tank a little bit. But that's because I've chosen to drop the water level a little bit in that tank, so it's hard to get there. But it's been perfect for me. It's not skipped a beat. If you have a business number, and I do, is it worth going direct through somewhere like Tropica or Aquafleur? So Tropica, yes, but they have minimum orders. Tropica are a bit weird in that they want you to be VAT. Well, the last time I spoke to them, they wanted you to be VAT registered. And unless you're clearing 80 grand a year in your business, it's not worth being VAT registered because it just puts all your other prices up. And I'm not the type of business that I'm then selling things on as much. So if I wanted to sell plants online and be a Tropica retailer, maybe it would make sense. But I'd have to be shelling a ton of Tropica plants to make it worth doing it. Aquafleur, I can't remember. I did reach out to them a while ago, and I'm talking like 2 years ago, something like that. I can't remember why it never worked out. But it's basically because I'm not really a retailer, so they're not really interested in talking to me. But I am a registered business. Aquarium Adventures is a proper company now. I file taxes and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I would be interested in just getting... I'd love to have a deal with someone like Tropica or Aquafleur or one of the big European farms just to have a load of plants for free, because they're not cheap. I seen The Martian. No Martians were included. I can grow all manner of plants, says Stevie P, in aquariums nowadays, but my favourites are still the ones that I can grow in a toilet. I might need more context there. Do you use that method often? Why let good fertilizer go to waste? Quite right. I fancy giving pearlweed a go, but seemingly it's an advanced plant. I'm like, but it's a weed. Yeah, pearlweed isn't hard. It can be a little bit... It depends where you get it from, I guess. But once you get it and get it going, it's been fine. Pearlweed can be a pain if you're trying to get it to convert, but once it's happy, it does become a... Yeah, that's a better way of saying what I was trying to say. I was thinking the minimum order would be like 80 quid for just one order. So Tropica was... Maybe that's what the Aquafleur one was. It was the minimum order thing. It was Tropica was wanted you to be VAT registered to get on the books at all. And I didn't want to do that. If it was like a minimum order thing, I'd be fine with that. I'd just offer it on my website. Even Fish Shop Matt's getting Aquafleur delivered. What? Well, maybe I need to get back onto Aquafleur. How did we get onto Aquafleur? I can't even remember the last time I looked at this. AQUAFLEE. Aquafleece? No, Aquafleur. Top quality aquarium plant through the year. I think you just have to fill out the contact form. So, from the 1980s website. Name, Aquarium Adventures. Please, can I have some plants, please? I guess I'll do that. Well, what's the worst that can happen? They can say no. I also made a purchase from your website during the week. A towel and a 3-pack of food. Oh, thank you very much, Ian. In fact, thank you very much / terribly sorry, Ian, because I did not notice that. Oh, yeah, so you did. Oh, God. I mean, yes, we are a professional operation here. Sorry, I missed that. I'll get it out to you quick. What I meant to say is, I have many plants that are considered advanced, but it's easy, fast-growing, undemanding plants that are my favourite. That's an easier way. See, context. Yeah, and I will always say Limnophilia sessiflora is one of my favourites, because it doesn't matter where you can put it on the floor and it would take over. It's because they're the plant supplier for a certain store, so he probably knows the reps. Ah, yes. Working for Maidenhead Aquatics probably has its benefits. Oh, let's not talk about the Punami again. No. Aquadistry. They supply them in the Aquadistry. See? I knew it was useful having a YouTube channel. AQUADISTRI Aquadistry UK Limited, a warehouse in Surrey. Okay, I'm looking for the where to order page, so I guess I just need to contact them as well. Showroom, Aquarium. Well, this is literally their showroom. That's not what I wanted, was it? Frequently asked questions. How do I buy your stuff? That's clearly not one of the frequently asked questions. Just another form. It's hard work, this. The other thing I've noticed recently, members of the Discord will already know this, I have discovered that Sterbai Corridoris are more than happy at single-digit Celsius temperatures. Because I found one, a baby one, in my goldfish tank the other day. For basic plants, J and K, but they at least used to have a minimum £50 pre-COVID. J and K, what's that? I really need some kind of admin manager. J&K Aquatics, leading UK wholesaler of aquatic dry goods and fish. Oh, Rebecca coming in with all the info. Just what we need. Susan's upset. You've done all this shop. I haven't done any shopping. I've basically had a couple of things to the baskets and gone, don't know if that's the right idea. Right, where do we get to? So I'm getting all kinds of messages coming in. I've been to your FAQ section. What are you on about? Right, maybe I shall look at this in the morning when I haven't had 3 beers. The thing is, of all this, I'm not. It's not because I'm. It's not because I'm Scottish and I'm just a tight arse. I am Scottish and I am a tight arse. But I want to do something where I can at least provide some value. Like, just let me buy at wholesale prices rather than retail prices, and I'll make a video about your stuff. I'm not saying I want free stuff because I'm an influencer, because I hate that. And I don't want that. If you want to give me free stuff, I'm not going to say no. Thank you very much, Fluville. But it's more about... It's a deal, isn't it? It's not a one-sided arrangement. So I want to see what we can... I want to see if we can work out that I get a good deal and they get a good deal. They get some useful marketing out of it. I'm a channel on the rise, don't you know? I had an email from YouTube telling me I was a channel. I had an email from YouTube telling me, you're on the rise. This is great. You're doing everything right. Do more of it. And then I had an email from Google to tell me that everything was terrible and I needed to advertise with them, and she would talk me through all the advertising needs that I had. And I'm like, oh. And they were literally within like an hour of each other. An email from YouTube saying, who is Google, saying how well everything was going and I was doing all the right things and everything was great. And then like an hour later, everything's terrible. You need to advertise and you need to do this and you need to strategize and I can help you for free. So they weren't trying to scam me or anything, but it was just like, do you not talk to each other, you guys? Wow. I sent you a Discord message for after stream. Okay, I will look at that after stream. Thank you. You need to work in stores, multiple stores, to know the wholesalers. I know, and I have various stores who have been very friendly with me and very helpful, and have offered to be intermediaries with me and stuff like that, which I'm very grateful for. But you're right, unless you work in a store and get used to those and see the fish lists and understand the ordering process and all that kind of stuff, you're just a retail customer. G&K do the better filters. They look good, to be fair. Do they? I like the fact that their logo is a discus. That might have sold it for me. I might pay them full retail price just because they've got a discus as the logo. Do aquarium stuff, aquarium accessories, aquarium decorations, aquarium foods, technical equipments. They do livestock. They do aquascaping stuff. They do plants, potted mother plants. They do plants, potted mother plants. No plants found. Okay. Do you do any plants? These are not plants. Loose plants. Nope. Bunch plants. Nope. Potted plants? Nope. Single plants? Nope. Okay, they don't do plants at the moment. I think the only stock is of clear seal set sizes. I like clear seal aquariums. I've got Eheim aquariums. I didn't even know Eheim did aquariums. They look quite smart, some of them. Oh, the clear seal ones as well. I like a good clear seal aquarium. It makes me have a warm and fuzzy feeling inside. Ah, clear seal. I remember them. They were good. Is Hugo Kamashi their in-house brand? Or ALF's in-house brand? Oh, I don't know. might have to sign in. I don't think they like seeing prices on the live stream. I haven't even agreed to cookies yet, so let's not get carried away. Oh, who knows? Who knows? So, have we got any more questions for me for the evening? I've given away, obviously, that my next video is going to be about this tank and getting discus in there. Also interested, do you like the darker theme? Do you like not having light reflected off my bonds constantly? Is that a better viewing experience? I don't know. But yeah, we're hopefully going to get fish in over the weekend in here. I'll get the plants that I've got moved in. And then I need to order a bunch of plants from somewhere. I just need to order enough plants for this tank. But I'd love to be able to... I don't mind. I'd like to be able to have loads of plants so as I could properly kit it out and test this CO2 kit. But if offering plants on my website at a decent price, I wouldn't mind doing that either. So it's one thing that really grinds my gears is being a budget conscious person. When I want to buy aquarium plants, I will always look at eBay thinking, oh well, people sell cuttings of this, let's see if we can get them, and checking out the Facebook groups and stuff like that. And quite often I've had some fantastic deals. I remember getting something like the Java fern that I was talking about for my rainbow fish tank. I think I got that for like 10 quid or something like that. If I was to buy that by the stem on eBay or somewhere like that, that would have probably cost hundreds of pounds. So there are definitely bargains to be had out there, but it's a lot of work to find them and a lot of faff dealing with people and time. Oh, can you come today? No, I can't come today. Oh, come tomorrow? No, I can't come then either. I'd quite happily sign on as like a wholesaler or with a wholesaler, and I'm kind of torn between both not sell them and just use them in my own tanks / sell them at almost no margin, because I don't really want to be a retailer. I don't know. The lighting is great, yes. It will also enhance the insanely bright discus colours. Think cosmic bowling. That is a sentence I did not think was coming. Cosmic bowling. Yeah, I think it looks a bit blown out here, but it actually looks quite dark to my eyes here. Whereas my face, normally on stream, this big bald spot here is just like white blown out. So we'll play around with it. We'll see what we have. I did toy with 4K tonight, but it turns out the cheap piece of crap video card thing that I got, well, it says 4K on it. It literally says 4K on it. What it means is it can accept a 4K input, but it'll pass through 1080p, which is as much use as a chocolate fire guard. That was delicious. That was the heathen northern monk. At least you have enough plants for plant storage. Enough tanks for plant storage? I do, yes. Maybe plant sparingly and then show how fast they grow using the CO2 kit. It'd be a better advert for the kit and keep Flavel happy. Flavel seem really quite happy about most things. They're really quite easygoing. I love working with Flavel. I've even made offers to them and say, oh, well, is there anything you want to show off? What can we do? And they're like, yeah, whatever, just go for it. And the sparingly thing is, obviously I've done CO2 in the past, and the only reason I was thinking it is I want a proper planted tank, or a well planted tank, is one, I would like a well planted tank. That's the main reason. The second reason is every time I've used CO2, I get dozens of comments saying, that doesn't warrant CO2, you've not got enough plants to need CO2. Meh, 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 meh. And I've had that same insight of saying, you could have one plant and still use CO2. It will make that one plant grow faster, better. It's not a volume thing. So while that's a very minor reason that it will shut up those people, the main reason is I want a lot of plants. I think this would look better as a heavily planted tank. Tanks even for plant storage. What? Oh, yes. Oh, I guess right then. Well done, me. Yeah, I have enough tanks for plant storage. Yes, so I've got plenty of tanks. So I would happily buy hundreds of pounds worth of aquatic plants and just store them and use them over time. 4K, don't tease us. Oh, you don't really want to see this in 4K though, do you? I would need to buy another capture card to get 4K proper pass through. You did a toy in 4K tonight. You sure you're not on OnlyFans? I definitely don't have OnlyFans. I mean, if there's a demand out there, I'll do anything to retire early. The lighting's good. It's still like 10 to 15% too exposed, but we can mess with that on Discord if you want a second set of eyes. We can mess with that live. I mean, we've only got 10 minutes to go, but let's have a go at it. If I do this is what I've come to play around with. So I can either turn the contrast down, which seems to do nothing. So that's contrast all the way down, all the way up. Somewhere in the middle. I can turn the brightness down, up. Oh god, that's terrible. I can't remember where I got to. The saturation just makes me go bright red. No. So, sunburnt, alcoholic, deathly unwell. And then there's the gamma, where you can go, the smallest little movement makes the biggest difference. So you can either go, oh, blown out, oh, gone. I think it's just the light that I've got here, the key light, the main light, is just too strong. So I think that's as good as I can get it without messing with the camera itself. There was another thing I wanted to do. Let's see if we can do that for the last couple of minutes. Oh no, it's not going to work unless I turn my camera off. I was playing around with something earlier on tonight where you could mess around with your filters. They were like old Snapchat filters. Someone's built a website where you can apply them, so like live. So I'll try and get that sorted for next time. All plants look better with CO2 injection, not just the ones that require it. Very true, very true. 4K is quite detailed. Yeah, you don't want me in 4K. I mean, some things, 720p. Not contrast, gamma. Yeah, the gamma one doesn't. We'll go back to gamma. No, we won't. We'll press the wrong button altogether. We'll go back to gamma. In fact, can you see this? I'll show you. So gamma just makes everything brighter or everything darker. At no point does it get rid of the blown out bit on my forehead. And I lose the detail everywhere else once I get past a certain point. So it's just not quite right. I feel like I've ruined it now. I can't remember where it was to start with. Let's go with that. I kind of feel it's good enough for a mediocre third-rate aquarium live stream. Is there a 4K underwater GoPro? Yeah, my GoPro, which in theory is underwater, even though I broke the door off it the other day. That will do 4K, and that will go underwater. The stuff in the camera turn you green and rip your shirt and pants off. It makes me look like Lou Ferrigno. Yeah, it does. He looked like Hellboy. The camera one's the holiday filter, yeah. Drunk, sunburnt, dead. In that order. Right, 8 minutes left, so if anyone has any burning questions, ask them now while I go to the fridge. Best thing in the fish room, my chair. Second best thing in the fridge room is my fridge. Oh, bonus. My last beer is also my favourite. So, fishy plans for me this weekend are obviously to get this tank done and moved across. I'm going to use the tank the discus are in now for a hacker puffer, but he's not quite big enough yet, so I'm just going to break that down for now. Which does leave me with an abundance of dragonstone. I now have about 3 or 4 boxes full of dragonstone that I'm not using anywhere. I used to think that was the coolest rock you could ever have, but I kind of like these. Not that you can see it because of the blown outness, but they're kind of river stones, and they're a bit more muted. So I'm going to get some more gravel and just go for a more natural look in there. I think that's going to look quite good. It looks like you've seen the sun quite a bit. Yes, it does, doesn't it? I have everything for wildlife photography and still not taken any useful photography. That DSLR is now 8 years out of date. The thing about good cameras is it's hard for them to get too out of date. The things that they bring in with newer cameras are, oh, I'm better at low light, or I'm lighter, or I'm faster, or I can accept a different range of lenses, or I have... An old camera can still take great pictures. Since you sacked off the trip to Bolton, where's the first adventure going to be? I don't know. I was booking some holidays today. I booked some actual holidays. This is a big thing for us. We're going to Crete in May, the end of May. My number one son's autistic and does not handle change well, so it's difficult for us to go anywhere because he has to have his own room, he has to have somewhere to escape to, and that means whenever we go anywhere, everything gets more expensive because none of the kids will share rooms anymore now. So we have to have 4 bedrooms, all that kind of stuff. So we finally this year made an effort to get something. So we've got a villa in Crete, and we're going away end of May. Can't wait. Just short enough that it's not going to be so much that he can't handle change for too long, so we're only going for 4 nights. But it kind of ticks the boxes because the other kids were like, we've not been on a plane for ages, why haven't we gone anywhere? So we're going on a plane, we're going somewhere that has a beach, we're going somewhere that has a pool, we're going somewhere that has a water park, we're going somewhere that has something of historical value. So we've ticked every box. It's like the perfect holiday that we could ever have. I don't know why that's the answer to this question, But yes, so I booked a holiday. Oh, that's what I was going for. So I'm also thinking of, because I've won a watch with this, because there's the bank holiday weekend as well, so I only have to book 4 days off to get like 9 days off. So I might take a couple of days off and do like a trip of, whether it's pier, wharf, and some fish shops, whether it's an area I've not been to that has some other aquariums, because there's like other, I see things pop up on like Facebook and Instagram and all these other places of, Horizon Aquatics, such and such aquatics, but I'm like, I don't know, why not we try some of them? So maybe, I've got so much work to do, so yeah, so much work to do. It's not worth thinking about for the next few weeks, but I might book a few days off and take a long weekend or something and do something like that maybe. Question. I finally cleaned the second-hand tank. There's a sparkle on an edge. Should I worry as it's 12mm glass? There's a sparkle on an edge. What does that mean? A sparkle? Crackle. A crackle? What's a crackle? Do you mean like a crack? An actual crack? Yes, worry about that. Well, depends where it is. If it's up top, yeah, it'll be fine. If it's down the bottom, less fine. Get some pictures on Discord, we'll have a look at it. On that screen, it has a hotspot thing. Basically, the spot you're talking about is normal and fine. Just need to dial in saturation, and the gamma, it's minimal tweak, but the light is good. We'll take that. I keep disappointing the girls with my video photo skills at comps. They both take great pictures, but mine look like I've taken them in a 1970s point and click. Do you know what? So, wherever it is, here it is. With my proper cameras, wherever they are, yeah, I can take fantastic photos, but it takes a lot of learning how to read the environment and all that kind of stuff. This thing, point and shoot, psh, my god, that's amazing. A proper, new, decent phone camera is so much easier to use and so much better than if you were to pick up a point and shoot, whether it's an iPhone or an Android or whatever, but a recent one with a good camera is going to be as good as any DSLR you pick up and fire on automatic mode. So why not just stick with that? This thing, so this is a nothing phone 2? No, 1? Nothing. It's an Android nothing phone. But the portrait mode on the camera is like astounds me when I take pictures with it. Because I'm like, oh my god, because the previous one I had to this was a Mi 9T Pro, and the camera used to blow me away on that, but it's just come on so far. The software that goes with these things just makes it look so much better. So Friday live stream from the poolside. Well, thankfully, because I'm only going for 4 days, I will be back for Friday, so you won't have to see me in my swimming trunks. Crete's lovely. You might end up like that filter. They have cicadas there. Yes, I think it's going to be perfect. It's like the end of May. It's not going to be too hot, so hopefully I won't get too burnt. It should be okay. Right, we've reached that time. If you are interested in carrying on your fishy journey, I'm sure someone will post a link to something that you can go to, but if not, Discord is always there for your enjoyment and pleasure at leisure. If you want to watch one of my videos, aquariumadventures.co.uk isn't where you would go. Search Aquarium Adventures on YouTube and you can check out one of my videos. Go and watch a couple of videos. Thank you very much for joining me. That's all we really ask. See you next week. Bye.